Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. If you're returning and if you're new to this channel, I am Woven. You're most welcome to our channel and thank you very much for stopping by. Now on this channel we talk about finance, lifestyle, travel, and sometimes tradition, so please do feel at home. Now today's topic, we're going to be talking about signs that you are living above your means. What does that mean? It basically means you are probably spending more than you are earning. Now, what are some of those signs? Before we get into that video, guys, I want to thank you. Two, I want to apologize. I want to thank you guys for being my accountability partners, my accountability partner. And let me maybe first apologize. There seems to be a 360 turn or a sharp turn on the video in terms of the content I'm bringing out to say, Woven, it's too much finance. But I don't consider it necessarily a 360. I have been sort of sensitizing and just bringing you guys in to say, this year we're going to be talking a lot about finance, but I understand that it seems to be quite a sharp turn, and for that I apologize for those that seem to be left behind. Okay, now to thank you guys, I want to thank you guys for being my accountability partners, because a couple of you came out and you said, Woven, where's the lifestyle content? We want to see more of, the lifestyle content. To my day ones, I apologize and thank you very much for holding me accountable. In fact, recently we were out having drinks and a gentleman joined us, and his partner watches my content religiously, and thank you very much, my lady. You'll probably be seeing this, but he advised, or did he pass on the message? But he advised to say, Woven, what you're doing is good. The finance videos are good, but you might be leaving your day ones behind. So maybe try and segment, so that you don't leave anybody behind, so that there's also structure so people know what to expect. I did warm you guys up to this point, but let's do this going forward, right? I listen to you guys and I take your advice, and sometimes I implement, sometimes I find it maybe not useful at that point in time, but this was very useful. So going forward, I would like us to do this. In a month, we're going to be putting out 4 videos, right? Unless something happens, but ideally we're to be putting out 4 videos a month, 1 video a week. So we're going to do this every Tuesday. That's going to be our finance segment. It's early on in the week, we still have our focus. So every Tuesday, not every Tuesday, so 2 Tuesdays in a month, we're going to be putting out financial content, so that my finance people, you guys have really been appreciating the content. It's been value adding, so I want to continue doing that. So we know that every second Tuesday is a finance video out. Now Thursdays going forward, so every second Thursday is going to be for my day ones, you guys that were here from the very beginning, the guys that enjoy the lifestyle content, is going to be for you. So Tuesdays, the 2 Tuesdays in a month, are going to be finance content, so that's our financial segment, and the Thursdays are then going to be our lifestyle. So that's where the travel, the days in my life, the tradition is going to come about. I think that's a fair share, right, for everybody, to make sure that we're not all entirely completely left out. There's something for everyone. So that is how we're going to do it going forward. Guys, I apologize, and once again, thank you very much for just sharing and for the input. Okay, so we have gotten that out of the way. I'll probably have this message in the next 2, 3, 4 videos, just so that everybody understands where the channel is going, in case someone has missed this specific video. That was a mouthful. Okay, now going back to our topic. Before we get into our topic, I need to disclaim, guys, whatever I'm sharing here is not financial advice. If you want financial advice, please contact someone that is registered with a regulator. That's NAMFISA for financial advice. And at the end of the day, whatever I share here, I'm just imparting knowledge, and the final financial decision lies with you. So how do you know that you are living above your means? Now, there are various reasons as to why one would live above their means. I'm going to highlight some of them, but they're not exhaustive. What I'm going to share with you guys, that's not all the reasons. Now, obviously, the one main reason, and we are all aware of this, is sometimes your income is just not enough. No matter how disciplined, financially disciplined you are, or your income is just not enough. It basically just doesn't allow you to. Number two, and this is quite common among us young people. Young people, I mean from the age of 18 to 55, I consider you young. Another reason why people may be living above their means is keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with your neighbors, keeping up with your peers. You see Anna now bought an A-class 2023 Mercedes-Benz, and suddenly now you also want to buy that A-class, but your Polo is just fine. You have not even reached 100,000 kilometers. Your Polo is just fine, and especially in this day and age of social media where this hyper sharing culture is introduced, pressure is actually it's all-time high. You see something on social media, everybody's sharing what they're doing. It just creates that pressure to keep up with people, and that's how you see people living above their means. And then another reason is peer pressure within our circles. There's this peer pressure to look a certain way, to behave a certain way, to drive a certain car, and that also impacts again your financial or your spending habits. You are in this circle where every brand launch there's a new outfit, every event is a new outfit, every bridal shower, baby shower, different theme. This circle just has new outfits, and that puts pressure in a group. If you're in a group like that, sometimes that peer pressure can be real. So if, say for instance, you went to a baby or bridal shower that's got a lavender theme, and 2 birthdays down the line also has a lavender theme, nothing stops you from using that same outfit. The dress is perfectly fine, and maybe at some point we need to take the stand and be that friend in the group, in your circle, that one that's financially responsible, to say, for me, I'm not gonna do that. Guys, I know we all need to have new outfits, but you need to deal. This is what I'm coming with. The clothes are not torn. The clothes are not washed out. So what if they're also washed out? You need to sometimes be that friend that encourages financial discipline in the group. If you're going to be the one that introduces that to the group, then I think sometimes it's good to take that stand. Okay, the other reason why we live above our means is really we lack contentment. Just being content with what you have. My mom would say, latungala wanenwa. Be content with what you have, because when you're not content, you then start, there's always someone doing better than us, there's always someone doing bigger, there's always someone progressing, there will always be someone ahead of us, right? So if you're not content with what you have and where you are, chances are you end up doing certain things that are just beyond you, beyond your earnings, just because you lack contentment, gratitude. Now, let's start with, what are some of the signs that you are living above your means? So, number one, you cannot afford to save. So month in, month out, you just can't afford to save. I've said this and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it, guys. It is so crucial to have a rainy day fund. That is your emergency fund. So if you realize that you can't even put away money for your emergency fund, then you might be living above your means. Now, it's better to start as little as possible, as small as possible, because that little bit of money that you would have set aside will be better than not having anything at all. So what is the reason to save? Basically, because of life has this inevitable ability to just throw curveballs at us one way after another. So it's important to have that fund or that little bit saved up. Now, sometimes saving up for your emergency fund can take quite some time. Don't pressurize yourself. Start as little as possible. Some people take up to 6 months to save up for their emergency fund. Some take 12 months, 24 months, but don't also stretch it out far too long. So number one, if you realize that you can't save it all month in, month out, you are living above your means. Okay, so second sign that you are living above your means is you are spending more than 30% of your monthly income on housing. Some say 35, but if you're spending more than 30% on housing, then you may be living above your means. Now, housing can be on your rent or even on your mortgage. So the thumb of rule is you need to spend, or you should spend 30% and not more on housing, whether it's rent, whether it's mortgage. And if you realize that you're doing more than that, chances are you either bought too much house or you bought too much rent. Now, in one of my videos, I have shared ways on how you can minimize on housing expenses by either downgrading. My downgrade video that I shared is here or here, where I downgraded basically by cutting down on rent. You can do that. I've shared various ways on. You can either move in with someone and you share the rental cost. You can move to a more affordable neighborhood. All these things, you can choose to live with your parents, but check the video out. So if you are spending more than 30% on housing, either rent or mortgage, chances are you are living above your means. Okay, so we've covered two signs. The first sign is you cannot afford to save at all. Number two, you are spending more than 30% of your income, monthly income, on housing. So more than 30%, or your rent eats up more than 30% of your monthly earnings, chances are you are living above your means. Number three, you are consistently, month in, month out, you're relying on debt to cover your expenses. Now, when we say relying on debt, this can be either in a form of an overdraft, in a form of a personal loan, in a form of a credit card, or any other form of debt to cover your monthly expenses. If you realize that you're doing that, then you are living above your means. Now, with a credit card, right? Like, I had a credit card. Let me give you an example of myself. I actually still have a credit card, but I got this credit card, and when I got it, I got that credit card with a six-figure amount, right? But when I got that credit card, I got it while I was building, and I got it as backup in case either the money that I saved up to build wasn't enough, or while I was withdrawing, either my investor didn't place my money in my account on time, and either I need to pay the people that are building or to buy material. It was a backup plan, right? So I then finished building, and with building, guys, I saved up quite a bit, but by the time we finished, the architect, things had changed. I needed to put up more money, so I used money that was on the credit card. Now, after I finished building, I just thought, okay, might as well keep this balance in case I have to make another big purchase. I was just like, what big purchase am I making with a credit card? But it's whatever. I kept that balance. But what I realized sooner, right, that it became very easy to use that balance just for the sake of using it. So I quickly set myself down. I said, Ndapewa, this credit card, we need to do something about it. So I said, was it 2, 3, 4? How many months? I sat down, I said, I'm going to pay off this balance. And the first month I indicated, I sent my banker an email to say, please reduce my credit account balance. I think for the next 3 months, I kept doing that, and my banker was probably like, what's happening? But anyways, I had to pay that amount off because it became so easy to spend money that wasn't mine. I paid it off, and I brought it to an amount that I can pay off in 1 month if I ever used it, right? That is how comfortable I am with having my credit card. Now, there are benefits to having a credit card, i.e. the rewards that you get when you travel. And also, in terms of an emergency, I also keep that little amount there in case there's an emergency right there and then that can't wait for my money market account to pay out the next day. Then I keep that amount or that credit card. But if you realize that you're relying on your credit card or your personal loan or overdraft for your monthly expenses, then you're living above your means. If you realize that on your credit card amount, you carry a balance over to the next month, then chances are you are living above your means. Rule is, don't carry a credit card balance over to the next month. Pay it off every month. Okay, that is sign number 3. Another sign that you may be living above your means is you struggle to pay your bills on time, you struggle to honor your obligations on time. Now, no one likes to pay for bills, guys, or at least I'm here to meet someone that just enjoys and loves and enjoys paying for bills. I'm here to meet that person. But if you realize that you constantly struggle to pay your monthly bills on time, if you realize that come month end or time to pay your bills, you're always making arrangements. Oh, can I please pay later, or can I pay half the payment? If you realize that that's what you're doing, if you realize that you're always stressed when it's time to pay for your bills, it's nail biting, it's stress, then you might want to review your whole financial structure, your budget, and everything else to really see where can I cut or where do I increase my earnings, because chances are you are living above your means. Another sign of you living above your means, guys, is you're always eating out. You're always at these events, spending here and there. You're traveling, or you're buying luxury items. You're traveling. You're taking these holidays. You're at various lodges, but you don't have enough money. Chances are, not even chances, you are living above your means. So those are some of the signs, guys. I hope we do pick up one or two where you sit yourself down and you say, I recognize myself in this one. Financial accountability, being honest with yourself and saying, Ndapewa, you resonate with this one. Time to sit down. How do we resolve? How do we overcome this specific sign? How do we stop living above our means? So I will recap them for you. In conclusion, or to revise before I conclude, number one sign that you are living, and I said it's not exhaustive, number one sign that you are living above your means, you can't afford to save. Number two, you're spending more than 30% of your monthly income on housing, which is either rent or mortgage. Number three, you are constantly relying on debt to cover your expenses. Number four, you delay paying your bills on time. Number four is you're spending on outings, luxury stuff all the time, travel and all these other things when you don't have enough money. So the takeaway from this is stop looking over your shoulder as to what other people are doing. Focus on your focus on your wallet. Do what you need to do to make your financial situation work. And that is our short and sweet video for this Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.